Hey everyone, welcome to my ranking the Until Dawn characters as zodiac signs video. If you would be interested in a birth chart reading from me, a natal chart or birth chart reading from me, where I read your zodiac sign, as well as your placements in your birth chart, then check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I also do psychic tarot readings. I have subscription service readings where you get a monthly reading each month and you pay a monthly fee. So definitely check out my website. I also have a blog. So check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with your friends and family. Make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notification every time I go live. Make sure those two bars show up above the bell, which means you'll get a notification every time I go live or upload a brand new video. So this is ranking the Until Dawn characters as zodiac signs. So I myself was a gamer when I was young. I am no longer a gamer now, but I will say that I have a passion for watching people play video games. I don't know why. It can be any type of game, anything except probably like a sports game. I'll enjoy watching other people play. But this type of specific game, especially, is like the funnest game to sit and watch other people play or watch just the gameplay on YouTube of. It's literally like a movie. So the first time I was introduced to this video game actually was years ago. I think when it first came out, like I think I was in college. I think it came out in 2015. I was in college, and my roommate at the time, who was a huge gamer, who now lives in New York, and I think is doing like audio, like art, like something like that, something with like gaming probably. But he's like super into games. He still plays games now. I'm wondering if he got the newest version of Until Dawn, Man of Medan. But I have to text him. But like, he was playing it one time. We were like, I think it was like a weekend and I think he either rented the game or borrowed it from a friend or bought it himself. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this is the type of friend Potes. Shout out to Potes. If you ever watch this video, I might send it to you actually. Let me preface this by saying my friend Potes I've been friends with for a very long time prior to college. But we've been friends since freshman year, like hardcore. And there was a summer where we were out of school, out of college, and I would go to Potez's house because we didn't live too far from one another, so I could literally walk to his house or drive. And I would drive to his house, and literally we would just chill and like we would watch, like I'd watch him play video games. We would smoke weed every now and then, though, like to be honest. But I would just sit and watch him play video games, and it was like so fun, and it's so funny how that carried into us living together. Like, okay, so like one weekend, I think he was playing this video game like that looked like a movie, and it was like I noticed like Hayden Panettiere was one person like I definitely noticed. I was like, that's the girl from like Scream. That's the girl from like I recognize her. So immediately I was hooked, and every time like he's playing a video game and we're chilling, like I'm hooked on whatever he's playing. And so we're like playing this video game Until Dawn, and it's like a psychological horror survival video game. So the main synopsis, I guess, of the video game is for the characters to survive or either die. Now, of course, you want the characters to survive, but it's all based on the choices that you make. This is the video game, and as you can see, this is Hayden Panettiere on the game's cover. This came out in 2015. This is Sami Relic, I think is his name. He was also in the video game too. But there were like so many like awesome people in the video game. It's a really weird and like freaky video game. It's super scary and like intense, and it just pulls you in, and like it like makes you like be so interested in all the characters. So I thought I would do something really interesting and fun and just rank all the characters as zodiac signs. So I feel like I've watched enough of the gameplay to be able to rank the characters accurately. So if you haven't watched the game, the spoiler alert, all right? Like if you haven't played the game yet, spoiler alert, all right, ahead. So just be mindful of that. If you don't mind that, be tuned in for some fun as I explain these characters and explain why I think they are the zodiac signs they are. And I also have a reference of who each character actually is, just in case I actually forget. But I'm just gonna go one by one really quickly. So this guy, his name is Josh in the. Okay, so I'm just gonna zoom in. This guy right here. This guy, his name is Josh, and he's played by the character Semi. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Rami Malek as Joshua Washington. And Joshua Washington, I think, is one of the characters whose like sister dies early on in the game. Like two of the people die early on in the game. Two of the girls die early on in the game, and I think he's the brother of the sisters. So like they go back to the cabin where the sisters died to get like closure or whatever, which may or may not be a good idea. Seems like not a good idea. But he's kind of an interesting character. I don't want to spoil it for you, but he kind of plays both sides. So the thing with Josh in this video game is that there's a bonus secret ending, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but at first in this video game you think it's just a slasher. You think it's just a slasher horror game. Okay, it's just like another human who's like, you know, stalking these teens. But it turns into something really even more sadistic, where it's like really weird, and the humans turn into like cannibal demons. It's like super like horror, like scary. And he kind of plays both of the sides. So if I had to choose what zodiac sign Joshua would be in this video game, I would say Scorpio, because he is obviously someone who's deeply connected to the synopsis and the story and the reasoning of why they're going to the cabin. And that's Scorpio all day, every day. That's Pluto. That's like, you know, needing closure. That's evolution. That's growth. You know, going here will help me evolve, will help me, you know, release the stagnation within my spirit that I need to release. But there's also a very dark side to Scorpio as well, obviously. And I think that this character plays that really, really well. So I'm going to have to say Joshua's a Scorpio. Now, moving on to this guy. I don't know his name. So I'm going to have to go back to this guy's name. I think his name is Michael, right? Michael. Yeah, his name is Michael. So, Michael in this video game is pretty much a really good guy. It's interesting by, like, at the very beginning of the game, he seems much more bright. He seems much more jovial. But obviously, by the end of the game, like, the light is taken out of his eyes, along with a lot of these other characters. But it's seen very drastically in him. It's like he becomes like a just like do whatever I have to do to survive, kill who I have to, kill whoever I have to kill to, you know, see normal life again type of guy. So if I had to pinpoint who this type of guy is, he can be very changeable, right? This Matt guy, his name is Matt, right? I know his name is not Matt, is it? Michael. I would say Gemini. Because he can actually be very helpful in the video game. He can be very adaptable, like super adaptable. Like whatever you need him to be, he's there. He's your guy. So you want him to survive at the very least until the end. I would say Gemini, at the very least Aquarius, because he could be extremely cold-hearted as well. Definitely not a Libra, but definitely an air sign or an earth sign. But the only earth sign I could see him being would be Virgo. Very practical kind of guy. So I would peg him as a Virgo. But I'm going to have to say Gemini or Aquarius. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This guy, first of all, I found is kind of secretly super hot. Like, I totally probably would have effed him in the video game. Probably would have given him a blowjob if this were like a real situation. Like, you know, TMI, I know. But I forgot what his name is. His name is Chris, I think, right? Noah Fleiss. Yeah. So this guy is Chris. He is like very logical, extremely logical in the video game. He's definitely someone you want to like keep until the end, keep as long as you can. And these two actually work together really well. I think they actually go together in the video game. But if I had to peg him, he's very extremely practical. He is very smart, like very quick on his toes. So I would almost peg him as an air sign, like a Gemini or an Aquarius, kind of like this guy. But he does have feeling to him. He is understanding. But there is a sense to him where he has like a detachment to him when it comes to his emotions. So Chris, I would peg as a Virgo. Definitely a Virgo. Maybe a Leo, but I think a Virgo pegs Chris very well. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Matt. Matt, I think is his name, right? Matthew Taylor. Okay, so first of all, in the video game, he's hot. Period. I like the kind of inclusivity that they tried to put in with Matt here, like the only black character, although he is racially ambiguous. Mind you, this came out 4 years ago. This came out in 2015, I think. Very light skinned, but still, they put in some, and mind you, clearly in the video game, his hair is a little bit kinkier in real life. Nonetheless, one of my favorite characters. Definitely spicy, definitely smart. Definitely sometimes a little bit too quick, I feel like, for his own britches. I feel like sometimes like he could get himself in deep water and it's like there's you can't get out at that point. So I would say he's a little bit overly optimistic, a little bit overly confident. So I'm feeling fire signy. So I'm feeling Leo. I'm feeling Sagittarius. He's a little bit confrontational, but not as confrontational as I feel like an Aries would be. So I'm gonna peg Matthew as a Leo or a Sagittarius. If I had to say, he does have kind of that jock situation going for him. Although he does have the logicalness of a Sagittarius, he definitely has like the jock vibe, like the I'm it vibe, very smart Alec vibe of a Leo. So I'm gonna have to actually peg Matthew as a Leo. This dude is freaking creepy as heck in the video game. I have to figure out what his name is. Because I actually don't know. I think his name is Dr. Hill. Is his name Dr. Hill? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. So Dr. Hill in the video game is extremely creepy. He is kind of like the narrator of the video game, but also like the psychologist, the doctor. Keep in mind this is a psychological horror video game, right? So it's meant to like, get on your psychological. I think one of the preferences is like trying to figure out at the very beginning of the video game what scares you the most, like what are your deepest fears. So this guy you meet at the very beginning of the video game, you meet throughout the video game. I think you also meet him at the very end of the video game. He's almost like a therapist. So I want to peg him as like a Virgo. He seems very trustworthy, although there's like a darker side to him. Obviously, look at this picture. I mean, so I want to peg him as a Scorpio. But he also has this detachment to him, so I want to peg him as an Aquarius. But he does have this sense of like he has his own intentions, so I do want to peg him as an Aries too. I would say Scorpio for this guy. What are you guys thinking? He just has that creepy vibe to him that Scorpio has. Ugh, I'm scared. Hayden, one of my faves. Okay, so it's interesting Hayden was in Scream. By the way, one of my dreams is to actually be in one of these video games. I've always wanted to be in a scary movie. I've always wanted to star in a scary movie ever since I was little. I've always loved Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, Halloween, all of the Halloweens, by the way, even the Witch series. I mean, I've loved Poltergeist, scary movie. Like I've always been a horror fan, of the greats. And this is one of my dreams to be in a horror movie or in one of these types of movies as a voice actor. So my birthday's coming up soon. So if you wanna, also give me some birthday, gifts or just some extra like brownie points for doing this video, definitely send some comments, some messages to super massive video games. This I think is what it's called. They're called. Hold on. I think they're called Supermassive Video Games, the maker of this video game. And you guys always talk about how like my voice would be great on like TV or radio. So this is like, let's do this. This is something I'm all about. Supermassive Games, I think they have a LinkedIn is the only social media profile that they have. So if you guys are down to send messages to this social media profile, if you can, if you have any connections in with them, please get me in. You can even send them my social media or my LinkedIn profile as well. Obviously, you can see I have a profile as well on LinkedIn, and let them know that I'm extremely, extremely interested in being one of these characters on this video game. In their next installment series, I am totally okay with the fact that there's a possibility that my character may die. Just as a fact that comes with being a part of this video game. So it's kind of scary, but this is like one of my dreams, you guys. So do me a birthday gift, send these people a message, let them know I'm interested, let them know I would be a good fit. I mean, listen, I'm into the occult anyway, so back to Hayden. So Hayden's one of my favorite characters. She's like the virgin girl. There's always that virgin girl who is like the scream queen, right, of the entire movie. And I Know What You Did Last Summer and that whole series, it was Jennifer Love Hewitt. Well, except for I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which, by the way, we won't even mention that. In Scream, it was Neve Campbell. In Halloween, it was, for a period of time, it was Jamie Lee Curtis. And then it was that little girl, I think her name was Allison, something like that. In Urban Legend, I don't remember exactly who it was, actually, because I think it changed each time, and I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Um, so there's always that one character, especially in this slasher type of, at least you think, type of situation. Virginal, you're thinking, so I'm thinking the same thing, Virgo, right? Very logical type of character. She's extremely logical, extremely practical, very quick on her toes. I would say she's also very likable, so she could be a Libra. She's a little bit of a people pleaser. So, I don't know. What are you thinking? I'm thinking I don't peg her as a fire sign per se. Like I don't see she can be fiery, she could be Sag. Don't get me wrong, she's very logical. I could actually see her as a Sagittarius, ironically. Okay, I'm gonna make a judgment in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna have to say Hayden's a Libra in this picture. She's a Libra. I think she's a Libra because she can be a little ditzy, she can be a little bit klutzy, but don't underestimate her klutziness, her ditziness for weakness or not being smart at all. All right. Speaking of not being smart and klutzy, here we have Jessica, one of my other favorites. So Jessica. All right, one of my faves. So she's so pretty. She has this like model-esque thing going on for her. Like she's big on beauty, and I think Jessica and are these two? Do these two go together, or she goes with one of these dudes? I don't remember which one it is. I think it might be this one, or do these two go together? I don't remember. But she goes with one of the dudes. And this girl goes through it, y'all. I mean, in this movie slash video game, she really goes through it. So I definitely feel like she could be a Libra sister with this one. She has a little bit of fieriness to her, but she gets snatched. So like her wig gets snatched to and fro so easily in this video game, but she's a survivor. So I could definitely see her being a Libra. Um, I could see her being a Taurus, maybe. All right. Like she's all about love, like like as a matter of fact, when she gets snatched up, spoiler alert, I think like she's almost about to have sex. Like her and this guy, right? They're together. Her and Michael are together. They're about to like. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but yeah, definitely could see her being a Taurus or a Libra. She's very sensual, very practical. She is a little bit slow, so I'm leaning a little bit more towards Taurus. Let me go through the water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. She's not as dreamy as like maybe a Pisces would be. Not as feeling as a Cancer or Scorpio would be. So I'm gonna have to go with a Libra or Taurus. I'm gonna make a decision in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taurus. I feel like Jessica's a Taurus. This one, Ashley, oh my gosh, she was so whiny to me in the whole video game, but there's something about Ashley where you know she's smart. So it's like, you're annoying, but I feel like I need to keep you around for some reason. And I remember these two went together. I immediately peg Ashley as a Pisces. I'm sorry. There's something about Ashley where she's very dreamy. She can get like lost in a rabbit hole of like fear and like optimism and delusion. But there's something about Ashley where she's tapped into the spiritual. So you know when she feels something or when she senses something, you should be on alert. So I think she's in tune with spirit. So I feel like that's why she's connected to that Pisces Neptunian energy. But I feel like at the same time she can be duped really, really easy as well, which is that same Pisces Neptunian energy of illusion and confusions. So I'm saying Ashley's a Pisces. Y'all can debate it in the comments if y'all want. No, okay, she was like secretly hated, like, but this is one of my favorite characters, and I think it's because I already know what zodiac sign I'm gonna peg her as. This is Emily, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so Emily was kind of bitchy. I'm not gonna lie, and I think these two went together. So Emily was kind of bitchy, like she was very much a complainer, but she's very extremely smart at the same time. So it's like don't underestimate her bitchiness or complaining because you could put this biatch in like a room by herself, like or like she could fall to her supposed demise, but like at the end come out like scathing, like free, like like being a survivor. So like I would immediately have to peg Emily as a Sagittarius. I'm sorry. Because she has a smart mouth. She's highly logical, highly analytical. She's smart. She has a certain philosophy, clearly in values that she sticks by, regardless of whatever situation she's going through. She's very prissy. And she's very fashionable. Like there's just something Sagittarian about her, Jupiterian about her, where it's like you could put her in any situation and she'll like figure her way around, and that's a Sagittarius, like period. Lastly, this guy who I don't know, but he looks familiar as an actor. Let's see. Is he the stranger, Larry? So this is the stranger who's very mysterious. So this guy is like he wants to help basically all of these kids and saving themselves and like preventing for themselves and putting themselves in danger. Basically waiting until dawn to get to safety. This guy knows the area better than anyone else in this group of people. He comes armed with weapons in the game. And he's someone you should definitely listen to. He like is someone that commands like attention when he steps in the room. So I would peg him maybe as a Capricorn. I could definitely peg him as an Aries. I would say Leo, but there's something about him that is less. I'm stepping out on faith. I'm stepping out on my whimsicalness and more. No, I know what it is. I know this is what we're supposed to do, and let's do it. You can follow me or not. Like it's your life in your hands, girl. So I would peg him in more as an Aries. I could say he's an Aquarius, but I feel like he cares a little bit too much to be an Aquarius. Definitely could see him being a Scorpio, but I think he's too bossy and dictatorial. So I would peg this guy as an Aries or a Capricorn. Oh, this is a tough one, actually. I would say Aries. Let me know what you guys think about The Stranger. But this has been my ranking the Until Dawn characters as zodiac signs. Remember to message the supermassive video game people, letting them know that I am interested in being a voice actor in one of these video games. I want my face to be on these video games, just like these people right here. And I think it would fulfill one of my dreams of first, or two of my dreams of being in a video game, but also being in a horror movie. So my birthday's coming up in December, you guys. So make it happen for me, and I'll do what I can as well. All right. So send them my YouTube channel as well. Love and light. This has been kind of fun. I love this. Let me know if you guys want me to do the Man of Medan one, which I also watched the gameplay for that, and that was interesting. It was really short though. So, all right. Love and light. Remember, if you want a personal reading from me, check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I'm available for psychic tarot readings and astrology birth chart readings. I'm also available for candles as well. Also, check out my social media, Lamarr Townsend Tarot on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn as well. Check me out there. And love and light. Until next time, God bless and no stress.